G'day, I'm Webb, co-founder and chairman of SoilCQuest 2031. I started SoilCQuest back in 2012. Myself, Mick Wettenhall and a few farmers put our heads together to work out ways that we might be able to profitably and practically take carbon out of the air and put it into the soil and back into the landscape. We started a research institute and took on some soil scientists and a whole bunch of people that were expert in this field to find out ways to make it easy for farmers to participate in the coming carbon economy. So we're at a time when there's 420 parts per million of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere or thereabouts, that the scientists tell us is trapping heat and heating up the planet. This makes it harder for farmers to make money. We get more droughts, we get more floods, we get more frosts, we get more heat events, more storms, all the things that make it pretty hard to grow a crop. So given that soil is the largest terrestrial carbon sink on the planet and farmers manage that carbon sink, finding ways to take that free resource out of the air, that is carbon dioxide, where we don't want it at the concentrations that's currently at, and putting it down into the landscape, into the soil, where it can actually do some good, seems a fairly common sense, basic thing to do that we should be looking into. So as a research institute, we set ourselves literally a quest to find practical and economical ways farmers can do it. You can't be green if you're in the red, and you can't go broke on a good idea. So you need practical, economical ways you can bring that carbon back into the landscape that will enhance your current farming system and make you more money, but also give you more resilience against some of the coming climate shocks that we're coming our way and that we're currently experiencing. So the other thing, over the last number of years, I've been an agronomist mainly in the central west New South Wales for the last 20 years, working with farmers in cropping and grazing systems, and it's been pretty evident that finding ways that are practical and economical that farmers can adopt to bring carbon back into the landscape, there's not a great deal of knowledge around that. And now that there's carbon markets available, there's a carbon economy that's here on our doorstep, and farmers are getting nervous about that. How do we integrate our businesses into that? So through that process, we decided we'd set up a course, just a basic educational course for farmers and across the industry, bankers and solicitors and everyone involved in the agricultural industry, to have a look at, to start learning about these things. It's not going away. We need to understand it. It's going to become part of our businesses. So let's upskill ourselves to find out, how do we integrate our businesses into this new carbon economy? So we set up this course. It's 6 modules. It's set up in a way that is very consumable and easy and fun. And you can start the course not knowing much about the carbon economy at all, not knowing much about how you store carbon in soil and how it all works and how the markets work and how you might actually monetize that carbon in your farming business. And you do your 6 modules, come out the other end and go, actually, I now understand how all this carbon stuff works. And that's the idea of this course. Very simple, very straightforward. We're trying to turn the complex into something simple and something that you can integrate into your farm and take the mystery out of this whole process and get some really good carbon outcomes happening across the landscape. So without further ado, let's go and dig in and find out about how to make all this carbon stuff work on your farm. Thanks for joining me.